Hi everyone. That looks pretty dark around me. Okay, my name is Shazia Khan. We just recently talked about the marriages in general. Oh dear. Marriages in general and what the man's responsibility is towards his children. This is me taking it further from there to talk about the marriages that take place out of this country, out of UK, into different countries, especially Asian countries, whether it's Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Somalia, or you can say Guyana, or any other countries where the people live, and the girls or the guys who are living abroad in UK or Europe or Canada or America, with the citizenship, of course, that they have. People would like to use their or gain help through that, so they can gain access into the country. Once they've gained access into the country, they will then apply for their visas, with their stays. They'll probably have children with you and say that this is because it makes it easier for people to come to UK or Canada, America, and get the stay. Once they've got the stay, once here, and they've got the visas, and their families in different countries, whichever back home that you belong to, are here or they're settled. Then the true colors will come out, and majority of them will leave you. Then they go back to their own homeland, and then they will actually marry somebody who they think is a good partner. Sadly, people are being used left, right, and center for their visas, for just their passport becomes a curse to them, because people don't give them any what you call it um, importance, that the people will just literally walk all over you. They will not think that so many years that you've spent with them. They will not think that they got married, or they are in a relationship to actually make it work and last longer. They are not even thinking. They are just thinking about the people back home, how they can help them, how they can support them, and after they've supported them, after they've helped them, after doing all of those things, now they're thinking how they can actually move on and start a life without you, with somebody who they are involved with, somebody that they like, or somebody that is of their standard. So in other words, I can take anybody from UK, for example, who is I don't know, mother of 4 children, really fat, really ugly, very stupid, probably not even in the right state of mind. If I take her to Pakistan, for example, and if I ask a really gorgeous, handsome guy who is like 30, 40 years old or something like this, I or 30, 40 years old or something like this, a woman might be 30, 40, and you can ask a 20-year-old guy who is very handsome, very good looking, and he will say, yes, I will marry her. Yes, I'm in love with her. Just like this, he will marry you, and he will, come to the whichever country she belongs to, for Pakistan to UK or wherever. Then she will have to do the paperwork. She will apply for his benefit, for his visa, and get him to stay in this country. She will do all the doggy work for you. Once you've done all the doggy work for you, she's put things in place for you so you can have a better life. And then here's the best part. Once they are settled, and till they are settled, they will be the best people that you will know. They'll be very polite, pleasant, they will be very supportive, very understanding, and then bang, once they're settled, you're no longer needed. And because you're no longer needed, you're not the wife or the family that they wanted. So here they go, off they go, get up and get married to somebody of their choice, whether it's back home, whether it's in this country, or whatever the case is. But now this is their life. This their life starts after they've got the stay and after they have used you to gain the access into this country, to make a better life for their families back home and here. So think about it when you are actually getting married, either in back home or getting your children to marry back home and then bringing them over. I mean, your children are doing the hard work, the doggy work, bringing the family over, or bringing the guy over, or bringing the girl over. And after she's settled and everything like this, after you've done all the doggy work, after you've gone out there, worked your butt off for that person, and that person has been absolutely nothing but wonderful, very nice, up to the point he's got to stay. And then after that, the colors change and the story goes on and on and on. And it's a non-stop story. And it's been going like this for like not 1 year, 2 year, not 1 century, but 2 century. Every generation that I have come across, I have seen the same or similar story that goes over and over, and it's just in a circle, and it just keeps going round and round. And that's what people are. There are loads of broken down marriages. There are loads of children left without fathers, and there are lots of children and mothers who are left as single parents, struggling time after time. But it's like it's become a pattern that it's okay, it doesn't matter, the woman can survive, and the woman is taking on a man's responsibility, being a father for them, being a mother for them, taking care of the house, looking after the kids, upbringing the kids, and then obviously being a human, she is going to lack somewhere, she is going to mess up somewhere, and then what will happen is everybody will judge and everybody will say, well, she wasn't a better mother. Excuse me, that single mother is 300 times better mother than the father who has just used her and walked away, and the mother has stayed there with that child for the rest of their life. Okay, so think about that one. So when those men come and claim their children, think about it. Where the hell were you when you were needed when the child was born? Where the hell were you when your children were growing up, when they needed you in your life, in their life? Sorry. Now that you're old and now you're dependent, okay, now you need somebody to take care of you. Now you remember you have children, and then you'll come back to the same wife, and then you'll say, you know what, I'm sorry for all those things, all those years and whatever not. Let's start all over again. No, let's not start all over again. Give him a good kick, okay? Get up and get on with your life, and do not bring idiots from back home and think that your life is getting better in any way whatsoever. There are very, very few people who've had a very successful marriage, and I don't know many. Okay, sadly, unfortunately, I work in the community, and most of the people who are actually getting on with the marriage, half of them, or I would say more than half of them, do actually have a mental health issues. They do not want to talk about it in the community, and they suffer silently, which is not fair. Okay, when you marry somebody, marry them for love. When you marry somebody, marry them because you want to marry them, because you want to spend the rest of your life with them. And definitely don't have kids if you have no intentions of staying with them. So think about it. Think what you're doing, because you're not responsible for just that woman or just that man that you brought into this country. You're also responsible for the children that you're bringing into this country, or in this world rather. Okay. And then when you're left alone to pick up the pieces, please don't be thinking that this was something new. This has never happened before. It has happened before. It does happen quite a lot. Many people see it happening, and many marriages break down, and people keep using and keep using and keep using. And this is an abuse that continues and has been continuing for years on end. It's about time parents should wake up and say, we love our children and we love our family back home, but they are good staying back home. And our children, let's marry them to somebody who they are involved with, who they like, who maybe have similar mentality, similar attitude, and let's get on with that life rather than expecting somebody to bring from back home and see if it would work or not, and 90% it will not work, and your daughter or your son will be left with a child or children without a mother or a father. So it's a huge message for people to understand, kindly to understand. And I hope that lives are saved over this message, and I hope that people's mental health is not messed up in the future. And I hope you do something about it today, because no matter how long you take and no matter what it takes, once something has gone bad, it is very rarely that it will get better. And when a person has become deceiving person, and he has become, for because of his intentions, whatever his intentions are, those intentions will go on and on and on forever. Lovely talking to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope that this message goes out to people who are thinking of arranged marriages from back home, and who are thinking of asking those people to come to this country, and for that they're going to go and work and make paper for them, and think that they're going to start a life just with that person. They're not going to start a life with just that person. They're going to start a life with a whole lot of family members behind him or her, who will be looking at supporting them. Okay. And that is not going to go on for a year or 2 years. It will be for the lifetime. So take care, guys. I hope you have a lovely day, lovely evening, and a lovely life. Bye from me.